amid sexual assault allegations. Penny Nance, Concerned Women for America CEO, joins us now. Penny, what are your thoughts on these new policies?
Well, it's very interesting if you take a look at them. There's this zero tolerance policy in which NBC is trying to both have a process and also limit liability. You know, there was a lot of information. A lot of people knew what was going on with Matt Lauer, and so now they're trying to clean up the mess. And by the way, this is a new thing for me to actually defend NBC. But I do think they are trying very hard to have a process around this in which they're telling people, they're telling their employees that if you see something and don't say something, then we can fire you for it. It's going to be next to impossible to enforce, I think, but I do give them credit. There has to be a process around this. There needs to be corroboration for any of these stories, right. So I understand they're trying very hard to do the right thing, but it's messy and it's hard.
Does the pendulum swing too far? You know, some virtual signaling here if you say it's wrong for someone to invite a vegan to a steakhouse. And, you know, I mean, that kind of thing I heard was part of the policy. Maybe it's urban myth already, but if that's the case, how do you know if someone's a vegan? How do you know you can't invite someone to have a beer? You know, I mean, really, will colleagues be so afraid to have any interactions with each other?
Well, I guess that's the possibility, but I would say it's important, and again, I can't believe I'm defending NBC, but actually I think they're trying to do the right thing here. But you're right, we have said all along at Concerned Women for America that there has to be a process. Everyone deserves a due process, and we need to work to get to truth. And so, you know, I would like to say that women are always morally superior to men, but the issue of the Duke lacrosse team and UVA and Lena Dunham's book taught us and took away our innocence and taught us that that isn't always the case. So they're really trying hard to make sure that they can get to the bottom of things.
Right.
But again, it's messy and it's hard, and there's going to be mistakes along the way.
All right, one more for you, Penny. A Wall Street Journal NBC poll says that college-educated women are moving away from the Republican Party. 62% of those, in fact, polled say they prefer the Democratic Party to lead Congress, while only 30% said Republican. So your reaction to that?
Well, I think that there's some real challenges for the GOP ahead, certainly. I would say, though, that gender identity politics, if that really worked, then Hillary Clinton would be president, and people tend to vote on race by race. But I would say that, you know, now's the time for the GOP to recruit and fund and deploy. There's some fantastic women, over 100 women running for just the House and Senate races for the GOP. That's not even counting the statewide races. Women like Marsha Blackburn's run for Senate in Tennessee, Kathleen Wall in Texas, too. You've got Diane Black running for governor in Tennessee. There's some fantastic women candidates, and it's going to be really important for the GOP to work with them and to recruit more. Is there
something else, though, other than the candidates, to articulate a message that, you know, listen, the mainstream media never gives the Republican Party any sort of credit for anything, and obviously gains in our economy benefit everyone, men and women. Is there a way for them to be able to single out some of the things that have actually helped women so far under President Trump?
Well, Ronna McDaniel is a very smart woman. She knows what she's doing. And listen, everybody benefits when they are able to keep more of their own money, and we tend to vote our pocketbooks. Messaging is important, however, and I think we've got some unbelievable women messengers like Nikki Haley, we were talking about earlier, and Kathy McMorris Rogers, Vicky Hartzler. They must deploy these spokespeople to go forward and help carry that message. And by the way, in that poll, they're talking about white college-educated women. Republicans hardly ever carry that group. You just want to be sure you're able to carry married women, carry blue-collar white women. That's how Trump won.
All right, Penny, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio compared himself to Gandhi. Adam, you've got the details.
Well, also to Thomas Edison and Henry Ford. He was interviewed by Politico.